everyone! So this month, OwlCrate Junior's theme for the month is magical maps. And I thought I'd switch it up this month, and instead of giving like specific like book recommendations about the theme, I'm going to be telling you some of my favorite book maps. Okay, so first up is the map of the 100-Acre Woods from Winnie the Pooh. This is probably the first book I've ever read that had a book map in it, and it's a map that Christopher Robin has drawn of the 100-Acre Woods, and it's the cutest little map. Has all these like cute little locations like Pooh's house and like Rabbit's garden, or I think it even had like a location called like this is the trap where Pooh tried to like catch the heffalumps. So it's really cute. And I actually use this concept of the Pooh Bear map when I like go anywhere new. I always carry around a journal, and I always draw like a Pooh Bear like map in my journal, just like depicting all the like meaningful places that I've been to. So it's not like accurate of the location that I'm at, but it has like all the like this is my friend's house, or like this is where I had like this is where like the cool bookshop I went to was. So yeah, this map has like kind of stuck with me throughout my whole life, and yeah, it's awesome. The second map I have for you is a map from Phantom Tollbooth. So this is my all-time, like one of my all-time favorite books. I devoured it as a kid, and I really love this map because in the story, the main character Milo goes on a journey through the land beyond, and he goes to all these like funny little places that have like funny little names, like the Mountains of Misery, or Dictionopolis or Digitopolis, and it's like really fun, and each of the places has like a different like characteristic, and it connects to the name. And I really like this map because it's like a very nice summary of like where he's been, and yeah, it's a really cute map. The next map I have is from another one of my all-time favorite series called The Edge Chronicles, by Paul Stewart, illustrated by Chris Riddle. And I remember as a kid, I like picked this book up from the library, and I didn't even know what it was about, but I flipped to the first page with the map, and I was like, this map is like the coolest thing ever, and I like devoured the series. But basically, so Chris Riddle does the illustrations for this book and for the map, and it's very much in his style. It's like very meticulous and detailed, and you can just like keep looking at this map, and like so many like things come out of it. So the map has so the universe that the series takes place in is called The Edge, and the map depicts the edge. So it's kind of like this huge cliff, and there's like a huge city and like forests and mountains and stuff, but then the cliff ends, and it's just like there's like a waterfall like that drops off into like nothing, and there's just like huge sky, and it's just such an incredible looking world. Even thinking about it like makes me get like butterflies in my stomach, because it's just so like frightening to like be at the edge of the universe, but it's also just like such a beautiful illustration. And apparently the series started from the map, so Chris Riddle like drew the map, gave it to Paul Stewart, and was like create a story based on this land. So that's pretty neat. My next map I have for you is, of course, the map of Middle-earth. I have now walked into so many houses where this map is like hanging on someone's like mantle, or just like somewhere in their house, and it just immediately makes me feel like so like welcomed, and like I'm in like a very comfortable environment just from seeing this map. The Lord of the Rings map is iconic, and while reading the books, I was always very grateful for having this map, because of course Frodo and his friends, they like adventure, and they like go to like so many different places, and I always loved like tracking their journey using the map. And I also really love the map that was in front of the Hobbit. It was a very like kind of simplistic map, but that image of the lonely mountain with like smog like flying over it is like kind of etched into my brain. It's a beautiful map. And finally, I really enjoy the maps by Cressida Cowell, who wrote the How to Train Your Dragon series and the Wizards of Once. And her maps are always just so funny. They have like this childlike nature to them, and all the locations. Like for example, in How to Train Your Dragon, the map at the beginning of the book has like all these like funny places called like Meathead Island or Pointy Point, and it's super cute, and like you can't help but like want to know like what's in like all these different places. Even in The Wizards of Once, the map at the beginning has all these like very cool, like interesting named places, like the Wizard Wildwoods or the Queendom of Sycorax. It's super cool, and like when you just open it, you like, even if you don't know what the story's about, you just like kind of want to read it because it sounds so intriguing. All right. So those are all the maps that I have that I've really enjoyed. But if you are a map enthusiast, I found this book. Sally actually recommended it to me, called The Writer's Map. It's an atlas of imaginary lands. And it's this really extensive kind of look into literary maps, like what were the first like book maps, or like how do like book maps come into like creation, like the ideas that go behind it, the artwork that goes behind it. And every chapter is written by like a famous author. So there's like, I think Philip Pullman does the prologue. There's a chapter by Chris Riddle, by Brian Selznick, Lev Grossman, Abby Elphinstone. So it's really interesting. Like each author kind of like talks about each author talks about kind of like their favorite book maps or book maps that inspired them for their own stories and their world building. So yeah, it's a really great book. So if you like book maps, I would check this out. Oh, there's also like a really interesting chapter about the Harry Potter, like the Marauders map, and how it was created for the movies and how difficult it was to design and like kind of like have like a physical map for them in the movies. So yeah, it was really interesting. Check it out. Alright, so those are my maps that I've loved. Do you have any favorite book maps? If so, let us know in the comments below. So if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, happy reading and thanks for being awesome.